On the NewsHour tonight, U.S. officials meet with their Russian counterparts in Saudi Arabia to discuss the end of the war in Ukraine without European or Ukrainian representatives at the table.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency group faces fresh criticism for seeking access to sensitive taxpayer data from the IRS.
And amid unsubstantiated claims about water management, we examine the truth about fighting fires in Southern California after last month's devastating blazes.
Our urban water systems are designed to help us put out a house fire or a couple of house fires. They're not designed to deal with the massive kinds of wildfires that swept through the Los Angeles area.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions, and friends of the NewsHour, including Kathy and Paul Anderson, and Camilla and George Smith.
I absolutely love my job because I love the people I work with. Everyone is trying to connect on a personal level.
We look out for one another. We love to see our teammates thrive.
You don't have to change how you walk. You don't have to change how you talk.
We can bring our authentic selves to work and do our best stuff. That's joy.
The Charles F. Kettering Foundation, working to advance inclusive democracies. Learn more at kettering.org.
The John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, fostering informed and engaged communities. More at kf.org.
And with the ongoing support of these individuals and institutions. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to the NewsHour. Today, top Russian and U.S. officials met in person for the first time since Russia invaded Ukraine more than 1,000 days ago. The goal, they said, was to chart a path towards peace.
And there was more. The U.S. and Russia raised the possibility of lifting the sanctions they've aimed at each other. They also agreed to work toward restoring staffing at their embassies. But there was one glaring omission. Ukrainian officials were not in the room. It was a face-to-face not seen in almost 3 years. U.S. officials, led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, meeting with their Russian counterparts in Saudi Arabia to discuss an end to the war in Ukraine and chart a path toward improving bilateral relations. After more than 4 hours behind closed doors, the U.S. delegation said it saw hints of progress.
We couldn't have imagined a better result after this session. It was very, very solid.
I came away today convinced that they are willing to begin to engage in a serious process.
Thank you so much. But just as notable as the talks themselves was a particular absence. Ukraine was not invited. President Volodymyr Zelensky postponed his own visit to Saudi Arabia, meeting today instead with Turkey's President Erdogan. Turkey is both friendly with Russia and a member of NATO. Zelensky reiterated that there could be no peace deal without a seat for Ukraine at the table.
This Russian-American meeting in Saudi Arabia was a surprise for us. For Ukraine and for our region, for Europe, it is critical that any negotiations to end the war are not happening behind the backs of the key parties affected by the Russian aggression.
Today, the U.S. dismissed any notion that Ukraine was being left out.
Shuttle diplomacy has happened throughout history. It's happened all over the world. We are absolutely talking to both sides.
Are you hopeful?
For Russia, today's sit-down was a chance to lay the groundwork to talk with the U.S. on a wide range of issues, not just about Ukraine.
There was a great interest which we share in resuming consultations on geopolitical problems, where both the United States and Russia have interests, and there was a great interest in removing artificial obstacles to the development of mutually beneficial economic cooperation.
After the Biden administration cut nearly all ties with Russia when it invaded Ukraine, today steps were taken toward renewing relations and rebuilding economic ties.
We need to have diplomatic facilities that are operating and functioning normally.
That's renewed concerns among allies who held their own meetings yesterday and again today in Paris, that the new U.S. administration is already too open to items on Vladimir Putin's wish list, namely easing sanctions and letting Russia keep its battlefield gains.
We know just the practical reality is that there is going to be some discussion of territory, and there's going to be discussion of security guarantees.
Today marked only the beginning of the conversations. The administration says the talks were meant to pave the way for a meeting between Presidents Trump and Putin, but no date announced yet. For perspective,
The people have chosen me.
am Meneptah. No, I am the great Pharaoh Meneptah. 10 years ago, I inherited the throne in the shadow of my father. The strong bull, the protector of Egypt, the chosen of Ra and beloved of Amun, the mighty Pharaoh, Ramses the Second. Egypt has flourished throughout my reign, but now I sense the eyes of Set upon me, and dark times are coming. What will happen to my kingdom after my soul slips into the eternal lands of the afterlife? The city of Babylon, a gem coveted by all throughout its glorious history. Its leader, Adad-šuma-uṣur, a noble king determined to restore his kingdom to its former splendor, will face daunting obstacles on his way. Relentless Elamite raids press on the Babylonian borders, eyeing the kingdom and its riches with greed. They dream of their own empire. Should their attempt at conquest succeed, they would become a threat to all. Assyrian influence adds to Babylon's precarious situation. The rival empire has no intention of surrendering and seeks to regain its lost lands. Beyond Assyria, the Hittite Empire also looks in Babylon's direction. Mighty Hittite kings have long desired the wealth and treasures of the city. They quietly prepare to launch a war campaign. Lastly, the Canaanite tribes south of Hatti are easily overlooked. But if they reach the Euphrates River, they may wreak havoc across the lands of Sumer and Akkad. The land will not be merciful to the aspiring Babylonian king. He must be cunning in both diplomacy and battle, placating and conquering his numerous foes as the situation best dictates.
The path to rule is hard. I will keep the temple offerings flowing. Harvests are plentiful, people are happy. They call me King of Babylon, and that is who I am.
I fight for Hati. How long will the world last?
Bright ideas for dull problems.
Bag of gold, 10,000 correct actions.
Perish, you fool! Like fish in a pond.
Nothing quite like traipsing through the mud. Let us pray for a sweet victory. surprise on their faces!
Babylon will be better off without them.
All will rejoice at your death!
Servant of Marduk, king of Babylon. Blaze onwards! Horses! Over there!
I didn't know it could grow this tall!
Your fury! Swift as the wind!
Then the volley! Your general is under attack.
Marksman!
Honor the gods!
Break them!
Spearmen! Make the gods proud! Stay on your feet! Mark, speed it up!
Run, men!
Blades! Shield wall! Groomed for success! Do not come back! No hesitation!
Chariots!
Blades! Make the Clot proud!
Race ahead!
The gods are
horses!
The gods guide us!
Honor the gods! Swift as the wind!
Put their eyes out!
I'm not staying here!
Blades! There's no turning this around!
Victory beckons! Strike with precision! Fight with pride! No! I cannot fall like this! As the gods will! Chariots! Race ahead!
Victory is within your grasp! Stop it! Stop panicking!
Blaze onwards! Go, go, go!
I will never surrender!
Into the fray!
Your warriors are wavering.
No! Death will not take me! Courage, men! I summon the gods! Chariots! Rush the horses! Arrows not!
Ever enduring!
Fight with pride! Slingers! Attack!
They bear the wrath of Ashur!
My first move, there last! Swift as the wind!
How could it end like this? There's no turning this around! One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Defeat is for the weak! No! Death will not take me! Race ahead! Honor the gods! For the homeland! Tear through them!
Crack open their skulls!
Arrows of the east! No hesitation! Stop right there! I'm not staying here! Gods bless our bows! Waste no time!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Chariots! Take their heads! The gods guide us! We will not fail! We won't miss! Death from above! Go, not with pride.
I was just starting to have fun!
The gods guide us.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition. The enemy general has perished.
Close victory, but ours nonetheless. Our canals need more workers. I get things done.
You shall not influence me!
We are in command here. Caution is a virtue, enabling survival. Gather the troops. The officers wish my counsel. Whom among you know war?
I have carried the burden of my duty for a long time. Replenish the regiments.
big picture. They call me King of Babylon, and that is who I am. Rightful ruler of Karduniash. They chose me, and I agreed. I am a Kassite. Arrange an ambush. Take this course.
Everybody has their duty. How long will the world last?
I am destined to rule.
Diplomacy is such a tiring matter.
Deal.
Bag of gold or bronze blade? I take care of problems. Better than sleeping outside.
1,000 correct actions. Soldiers, say your prayers. Marching time, soldiers!
Our God bestows this duty upon you. Let us fish. There can be no compromises. Prince of Ur and Protector of Nippur. Men, set off. I seek capable warriors only. Do not rush battles, win them.
Everybody has their duty.
Speak, now.
True master of the arts.
Nothing passes me by. Assyrians want nothing to do with Babylon. You are insolent.
Everybody has their duty.
The future belongs to...
You seek cooperation, or do you harbor hostile intentions? I am in accord with this.
Linger and smolder, Adad. I can wait. This is good.
What now? Adad-šuma-uṣur, rival and nemesis. I accept. Assyria honors its arrangement.
I am prepared. Rightful ruler of Karduniash. We will surprise them. Cross over there. Your end is nigh.
How long will the world last? Wake me up upon arrival. Another day on the road. This may be dull, but I prefer it. I approve the deal.
Bag of gold or bronze blade?
Greetings and welcome. What do you want to discuss? Our deal is
The deal is fine.
They chose me, and I agreed. Say your prayers. Time to go.
I have better ideas.
Not surprising. Breathe your last, Assyrian. Navigate by the stars. Breathe your last, Assyrian. Babylon will be better off without them. My spear keens for blood. Plans are set.
Those men are too stupid to be true Babylonians!
onwards! Blaze, onwards!
Look out! They have us in the range!
Your general is under attack.
Have at them! Rush the horses!
How could it end like this?
Tremble before us!
No! Death will not take me! Like fish in a pond. Attack the enemy! A clash of fury and will! Stop and stand!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition. I'm not staying here! Slow the pace! One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Flawless martial performance. Teach them a lesson. Watch for storms. They call me King of Babylon, and that is who I am. Make landfall. Praise Adad. Cross over there.
I have carried the burden of my duty for a long time. Enjoy the peace while it lasts. Chart a course. Make landfall.
I am the future of the world.
I keep nothing in the dark.
Sounds important. Soldiers, attention! We shall recruit! Pay attention, recruits, or die later.
Prince of Ur and protector of Nippur, prepare for your death. Time to go. Arrange an ambush. Make way there.
I will unite this land. I don't usually suffer fools, but I suppose I can hear you out. Very well, then.
We must stand together! Your military exploits are famous, Adad. Until next time.
I am destined. I will unite this. This should be amusing, at least. If you...
I am destined to rule. The future belongs to us. Tell me, have you been in any great battles?
Yes? If you want trade, Adad,
You must offer fair terms.
Go on then. Speak.
I am tested.
I take care of problems. Peace may be dull, but I prefer it.
This is my court. Behave while you are here.
Intrigues at court are for those who lack real power. $10,000 correct actions. Marching time, soldiers! I take care of problems. Better than sleeping outside.
They chose me and I agreed. Babylon endures. There can be no compromises. Breathe your last, Assyrian. The road awaits. Let it be. We will surprise them. A journey is needed.
Everybody
bag of gold or bronze blade?
Bright ideas for dull problems.
The future belongs to us. Tell me, have you been in any great battles? True master of the arts.
Diplomacy is such a tiring matter. Bag of gold or bronze blade? I am destined to rule.
I am destined to rule.
True master of the arts. One day you will make a mistake.
You are a fake fish. How long will the world last?
Good evening. For perspective on today's meeting between the U.S. and Russia, we get two views. Andrea Kendall-Taylor is a former senior intelligence official who focused on Russia and Eurasia. She's now at the bipartisan think tank Center for a New American Security. And Paul Saunders is executive director of the bipartisan Center for the National Interest. He served in the State Department during the George W. Bush administration. Thank you both for being here. We should say that late today, President Trump, while speaking to reporters at Mar-a-Lago, he was asked for his message to Ukrainians who might feel betrayed or disappointed by not having a seat at the table. And here's what he said.
They're upset about not having a seat. Well, they've had a seat for 3 years and a long time before that. This could have been settled very easily.
He also falsely suggested that Ukraine started this war. But Paul, the U.S. approach has provoked deep alarm among European allies. Is that alarm warranted? Should Kyiv have had a seat at today's meeting?
Look, I don't think that the Ukrainian government needs to be present in every single meeting that occurs. I think that's not realistic, actually. As a practical matter, as the National Security Advisor suggested, I think implied, it's going to be a very complicated negotiation. There are pieces that need to be addressed with the Ukrainians. There are pieces that need to be addressed with the Europeans. There are pieces that need to be addressed with the Russians. And if we try to have 30 European governments and the Ukrainian government and the Russian government all in a room together with American negotiators, I don't think it would be very productive. So I think it's very appropriate to meet individually with other parties. In totality, we have to meet with the Ukrainians, and certainly the Ukrainians have to be part of any agreement. I mean, the war is on their territory, and they have to stop fighting for the war to end. So they need to be part of the deal. They don't need to be in every meeting.
Andrea, how do you see it?
Well, I think the problem is that through this bilateral channel between the United States and Russia, the United States seems to be giving away major concessions before Ukraine is really made a part of the negotiation. So we've heard from senior Trump administration officials that Ukraine will have to concede significant parts of its territory, that Ukraine will not have a place in NATO. The United States has already indicated that it won't play a role with boots on the ground in sustaining any peace in Ukraine, or that any peacekeeping force would fall under a NATO umbrella. So these are really major concessions that the United States is giving away in this bilateral format. And that has real implications for Ukraine. So once Ukraine gets to the negotiating table, we've basically taken their knees out from under them and put them in a far weaker position. So if we were going into these discussions with Russia, it should have been the case that the United States had had some coordinated position with Kyiv and with its European allies before going into that meeting.
Add to that, Paul, the U.S. approach and attitude suggests that the administration is already looking beyond this war and looking toward meeting President Trump's long-held goal of boosting ties with Vladimir Putin. Is there any concern about, one, the U.S. robbing Ukraine of its agency, of its decision-making in this entire process, or two, of capitulating to Moscow?
Well, look, I think, first of all, to the extent that Ukraine has agency, it has it in no small part because of the American assistance that's already occurred over the last 3 years. So I don't think we should have any illusions about that. And for Ukraine to expect the United States and the American people to do what had been done over the last 3 years indefinitely, I think is unrealistic. So first of all, I think we should be quite clear about that. Now, I certainly agree that I think it's a mistake to look like you're making concessions before a negotiation starts. And I think some of the things that some administration officials said may have been ill-advised and could have waited. But ultimately, the United States has a very large stake in this conflict, and the United States is a sovereign country, and the leaders of the United States get to decide how long we're prepared as a country to stick with it. And certainly there are good reasons when one thinks about all of the other challenges that the United States faces in the world, not to mention our rapidly diminishing stocks of the weapons that we've been providing to Ukraine. There are good reasons for the United States to think long and hard about how long we want to continue what we've been doing.
What about that, Andrea? I think President Trump's view could be summed up as, why not try another way? That the strategy during the Biden administration was aimed at assisting Ukraine while preventing escalation. And that led to what you could argue was a cautious and in many ways delayed military response. Despite the U.S. spending more than $65 billion, the war is now stalemated. Why not try another way?
Well, I think the other way really should be from a position of strength. And to do that, the United States does have a lot of agency and a lot of opportunity to help Ukraine achieve a just peace. I think that's something that President Trump has said that he wants to accomplish. And the best path to getting to a just and durable peace is to negotiate from a position of strength. And so really, if President Trump could come in and renew military aid and assistance to Ukraine, it would go an exceptionally long way in demonstrating to President Putin that he cannot achieve his aims on the battlefield. And that would get him into a position where he would have to enter into negotiations from a more genuine position than he currently is. And so that there is this other way, which is to try to convince Putin that he can't continue. And then that would allow us to bring an end to the war. I think we all agree that we want to bring an end to the war. But in order to have a durable peace, the United States cannot make all of these major concessions, because the risk is that, yes, we could get to a ceasefire. But if we're allowing Russia to get sanctions relief, to keep Ukraine out of NATO, to limit the size of the Ukrainian military so that it can't defend itself in the future, the key issue will be we might get peace now, but it will just enable Russia to pocket these concessions and strengthen its position to attack Ukraine again in the future and potentially to broaden its ambitions to other parts of Europe.
Andrea Kendall-Taylor and Paul Saunders, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
We start the day's other headlines with the growing pressure on New York City's Mayor Eric Adams. New York Governor Kathy Hochul met with political leaders in Manhattan today as she weighs whether to remove him from office. 4 of Mayor Adams' top deputies resigned last night amid growing questions over his ability to govern the city. It followed a decision by the Justice Department to drop its corruption case against Adams on the grounds that it would allow him to focus on President Trump's immigration crackdown. Federal Judge Dale Ho ordered a hearing tomorrow that will look into that Justice Department decision. Weather officials are warning of record cold across the central U.S. as the season's 10th and most severe polar vortex blankets the region. States in the Rockies and northern plains are experiencing temperatures as low as minus 60 degrees in some areas when factoring in wind chill. Further south, a band of states from Kansas to Virginia are facing snowstorms. That comes as Kentucky and other parts of Appalachia are still cleaning up from recent flooding. Governor Andy Beshear told reporters today that the death toll there has risen to 14 as officials pivot to what comes next.
The Kentucky National Guard is transitioning from life-saving missions to recovery efforts focused on debris removal, restoring access, and transporting supplies to affected communities. And we're going to be pre-positioning Guard assets for the coming snowstorm.
At last check, more than 50 million people were under winter weather alerts from the Central Plains to the coast of the Carolinas as heavy snow and wind are set to sweep through the region. In the Middle East, Hamas says it will release 6 living Israeli hostages on Saturday instead of 3. That accounts for all living hostages set to be freed under Phase 1 of the ceasefire deal in Gaza. The surprise increase comes after Israel agreed to allow mobile homes and construction machinery into Gaza. Hamas also agreed to return 4 bodies to Israel on Thursday. They include the remains of the Bibas family. 2 young boys, Ariel and Kafir, and their mother, Shiri. Their father, Yarden, was released alive earlier this month. In the meantime, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, or UNRWA, says that Israeli forces raided 4 of its schools in East Jerusalem today and ordered them closed. At least 600 students and 30 staff were affected. Back in this country, Native American activist Leonard Peltier was released from prison today after former President Joe Biden commuted his life sentence. Peltier was convicted of killing 2 FBI agents in 1975, and the agency has long opposed his commutation. The 80-year-old has always maintained his innocence, and Native Americans widely believe he was a political prisoner. Peltier left a federal prison in Florida today and is heading back to his reservation in North Dakota to live under home confinement. His supporters described him as a global symbol for human rights.
His incarceration represented not only other political prisoners, but people who stand in solidarity for all humankind and humanity.
In a statement, Peltier said, quote, "Today I am finally free. They may have imprisoned me, but they never took my spirit." U.S. officials say that arrests at the southern border with Mexico dropped sharply last month. Data out today shows that 29,000 people were arrested in January. That is down from 47,000 the previous month, and it's the lowest reading since May of 2020. This downward trend began under the Biden administration after arrests peaked at 250,000 back in 2023. Today's figures also come as President Trump issued a flurry of executive orders targeting immigration. They included a surge of troops to the border and efforts to block migrants from seeking asylum. The Vatican said today that Pope Francis has developed pneumonia in both of his lungs. It's the latest medical complication for the 88-year-old pontiff who'd been admitted to the hospital on Friday with bronchitis. In a statement, the Vatican said his, quote, laboratory tests, chest x-ray, and the Holy Father's clinical condition continue to present a complex picture. This latest diagnosis comes as dozens of supporters gathered outside of Rome's Gemelli Hospital to pray for his recovery. A Vatican spokesman says the Pope remains in good spirits and is grateful for such prayers. On Wall Street today, stocks ended little changed following the holiday weekend. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained just 10 points, so virtually flat. The Nasdaq added nearly 15 points, so a small gain there. And the S&P 500 added about 15 points to close at a new all-time high. Still to come on the NewsHour, questions intensify about the authority of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. The accident at Toronto's airport and a wave of layoffs at the FAA highlight concerns for air safety. And former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Andrew Young,
I am the future of the world.
Use fewer words, Babylonian.
What will fate bring? Avoid storms! Move out, soldiers! Like the pillar!
I am a Kassite. Rightful ruler of Karduniash. About as much. Prepare to march. My time is now. am thinking. Let us fish. We will say our prayers here. Are the maps accurate?
Everybody has their duty. Shall we go fishing again? Pleasure doing business. Bag of gold?
How long will the world last?
Bright ideas? Greetings and welcome. What do you want to discuss? I agree and...
Everybody has their duty.
Everybody has their duty.
How long will the world last? Rest your spirit a while and have a drink. Such general.
This is my court. Behave while you are here.
I will do so. This time.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less. This is my court. Behave while you are here.
Yes, yes. Everybody has their duty. Sail away. Set ashore. Prince of Ur and protector of Nippur. They chose me and I agreed. Men, return to order. Whom among you know war? We need more men. The officers wish my counsel. Caution is a virtue enabling survival. Call for volunteers. I seek capable warriors only.
sight of you mars the beauty of existence. True master of the art.
Everybody has their duty.
I am destined. You despicable fiend. What do you want?
Shall we go fishing again?
I seek long-term solutions. They call me King of Babylon, and that is who I am. I am prepared. Men, move out. Set up a campsite. Are the maps accurate? Men, return to order. There can be no compromises. Men, set off.
I have carried the burden of my duty for a long time. Bolster the ranks. Who here has military training? Fill the ranks. Training will come later. In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less.
I am glad we understand each other, Babylonian.
Bag of gold? Tell me, have you been in any great battles? Nothing special.
Bright ideas for dull problem.
I take care of problems.
Why do you seek my counsel?
That is it. This is my court. Behave while you are here.
Let's go to the Temple of Ishtar again, Babylonian.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less.
Sounds important. Sound marching horns. Sail away. Go out there. Yes, yes.
Rightful ruler of Karduniash. Caution is a virtue enabling survival. I see capable warriors only. Prepare for your death. The road awaits. We will surprise them.
Begone, foul usurper! Your heartless cause revolts me!
Peace may be dull, but I prefer it. I approve that.
How long will the world last?
Fish are plenty in the river. You know what I mean. Nothing special.
They chose me and I agreed.
How long will the world last? The world is not that bad. Avoid storms! Make landfall!
I am a Kassite.
I suspect foul play is afoot.
My time is now. Harvests are plentiful. People are happy. Prince of Ur and protector of Nippur, say your prayers. Take this course. Quite predictable. They are trapped. It is reckless to attack now. Babylon endures. Men, take your time.
What an auspicious...
These odds are unfavorable.
I am the future of the world.
Ceremonial dress is so bulky.
Let it be. Perish, you fool. A journey is needed. Bring the valuables. Cross over there.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less.
Babylonian, state the reason for your visit. We agree on the...
You seek cooperation, or do you harbor hostile intentions? A toast! You are a sight for a sore eyes! You
What next? Everyone, attend spiritual matters. I take care of problems. Soldiers, say your prayers. Better than sleeping outside. Duty awaits. Everybody has their duty. Soldiers, attention! Always ready.
There can be no compromises. Cover this distance.
Thousand correct actions.
I am the future of the world.
I am glad we understand each other, Babylonian.
Hati will arise again. Bag of gold or bronze blade? True master of the... I am destined to rule. We must be... Bag of gold or bronze blade?
I get things done. I am thinking. About as much. Your end is nigh. They will not escape. A flawless martial performance. Rightful ruler of Karduniash. Men, take your time. Let us fish.
No trouble. Chart a course. Set ashore.
This is my court. Behave while you are here.
Let's go to the Temple of Ishtar again, Babylonian. Share your visions of the future with me, Adad. Let us do...
Bag of gold or bronze blade?
Always look at the big picture.
I listen.
I shall bring a new era to the whole world.
They chose me, and I agreed. So be it. Fight! Everyone did their part. Bravo! Not surprising. Prepare for your death. Say your prayers. dense fog helps no one! The gods are watching!
Stay solid and hold! Steady and unmoving!
Go that way!
On the move!
Babylon will be better off without them!
On the move!
The gods are watching!
Chariots! Usher will not mourn these fools! Then waste no time!
Set new destination! With haste now!
They could appear out of anywhere!
Patience in battle! Courage, men!
Is that all they could muster? Aim and fire! Bludgeon them!
Swing at them! Aim and fire!
swift as the wind! Rush the horses! Your general is under attack. Victory is within your grasp. I'm not staying here.
My spear keens for blood.
Nothing can stop us. Fear me! Right there! On we go! Speed it up! Race ahead! Ever enduring!
Strike them down!
Chariots! No hesitation! I was born for this! Reload, man!
Keep to the plan!
Honor the gods!
Them!
Chariots! Face my wrath!
Of Marduk, king of Babylon.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition. no turning this around! Marksman!
Your warriors are wavering.
Get back! They've got superhuman strength!
The gods are watching! Up your feet!
Win that position!
Your warriors have been routed.
I'm not staying here!
Nothing can stop us!
Marduk has abandoned us!
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
No! Death will not take me!
There's no turning this around!
The enemy has lost the victory point.
Observe your opponent! Men, attack! Snatched from the jaws of defeat. A black stain on the map. Burn it. They call me King of Babylon, and that is who I am.
I am the future of the world.
I suspect foul play is afoot. I shall bring a new era to the whole world. swell. Only the bravest should come. Your hearts sing for blood? Come then. Dreams aplenty.
This is my court. Behave while you are here.
Peace is a delicate balance. But when brothers turn against each other, virtues are abandoned. Bloodshed is inevitable.
So few are like me.
not invited. President Volodymyr Zelensky postponed his own visit to Saudi Arabia.
There has risen to 4. Judge Dale Ho ordered a hearing tomorrow that will look into that Justice Department decision. Weather officials are warning of record cold across the central U.S. as the season's 10th and most severe polar vortex blankets the region. States in the Rockies and northern plains are experiencing temperatures as low as minus 60 degrees in some areas when factoring in wind chill. Further south, a band of states from Kansas to Virginia are facing snowstorms. That comes as Kentucky and other parts of Appalachia are still cleaning up from recent flooding. Governor Andy Beshear told reporters today that the death toll there has risen to 14 as officials pivot to what comes next.
The Kentucky National Guard is transitioning from life-saving missions to recovery efforts focused on debris removal, restoring access, and transporting supplies to affected communities. And we're going to be pre-positioning Guard assets for the coming snowstorm.
At last check, more than 50 million people were under winter weather alerts from the Central Plains to the coast of the Carolinas as heavy snow and wind are set to sweep through the region. In the Middle East, Hamas says it will release 6 living Israeli hostages on Saturday instead of 3. That accounts for all living hostages set to be freed under Phase 1 of the ceasefire deal in Gaza. The surprise increase comes after Israel agreed to allow mobile homes and construction machinery into Gaza. Hamas also agreed to return 4 bodies to Israel on Thursday. They include the remains of the Bibas family, 2 young boys, Ariel and Kafir, and their mother, Shiri. Their father, Yarden, was released alive earlier this month. In the meantime, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, or UNRWA, says that Israeli forces raided 4 of its schools in East Jerusalem today and ordered them closed. At least 600 students and 30 staff were affected. Back in this country, Native American activist Leonard Peltier was released from prison today after former President Joe Biden commuted his life sentence. Peltier was convicted of killing 2 FBI agents in 1975, and the agency has long opposed his commutation. The 80-year-old has always maintained his innocence, and Native Americans widely believe he was a political prisoner. Peltier left a federal prison in Florida today and is heading back to his reservation in North Dakota to live under home confinement. His supporters described him as a global symbol for human rights.
His incarceration represented not only other political prisoners, but people who stand in solidarity for all humankind and humanity.
In a statement, Peltier said, quote, "Today I am finally free. They may have imprisoned me, but they never took my spirit." U.S. officials say that arrests at the southern border with Mexico dropped sharply last month. Data out today shows that 29,000 people were arrested in January. That is down from 47,000 the previous month, and it's the lowest reading since May of 2020. This downward trend began under the Biden administration after arrests peaked at 250,000 back in 2023. Today's figures also come as President Trump issued a flurry of executive orders targeting immigration. They included a surge of troops to the border and efforts to block migrants from seeking asylum. The Vatican said today that Pope Francis has developed pneumonia in both of his lungs. It's the latest medical complication for the 88-year-old pontiff who'd been admitted to the hospital on Friday with bronchitis. In a statement, the Vatican said his, quote, laboratory tests, chest x-ray, and the Holy Father's clinical condition continue to present a complex picture. This latest diagnosis comes as dozens of supporters gathered outside of Rome's Gemelli Hospital to pray for his recovery. A Vatican spokesman says the Pope remains in good spirits and is grateful for such prayers.